What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the aquarium refresh build. This is the second part of the interior, and in this one we're going to be finishing it off. This will take a while, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot to do here. Hopefully we set ourselves up nicely. I don't know, I'm really bad at splitting things in half. So I guess we'll see how good I was in this particular instance. But, yeah, here's everything. You can see, obviously we have the layout in the last part, so we're just kind of focusing more so on the enclosures themselves. There's not really like an insane amount, but I mean, there's still a solid bit. I mean, this area alone is like where half of them are. Axolotl. Anyway, yeah, that should be enough rambling from me. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Hopefully I still have my sanity by the end of this video, because you know how that usually goes. Anyway, that is all. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial. Are the dolphins gone again? Oh my god. Whatever. I'll catch you on the flip side. I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna give those dolphins regeneration or something, because I don't know what their problem is. Alright, so let's get straight to business. I'm not wasting any time here. Head inside of your place, and it's preferred if you have night vision. I think that'll make your life a little bit easier. I want to start by getting all the tanks done first, because those are going to be the long parts, and everything else is fairly easy and short. First off, I'm going to start by, if you're in the lobby here, just heading through the left door here, and I'm going to break into this first one with the glass. And, yeah, we can, for this one, I think these are two of a kind, right? Yeah, there's two of a kind. So, get out the following for actually the next both these two: coarse dirt, moss blocks, sea pickles. Where are sea pickles? Here. Sea grass. I did some of the, not the big drip leaf, the small drip leaf, because you can place those underwater, in fact. And kelp, cobblestone slabs, stone slabs, and we'll get out the water buckets. I don't know if we'll immediately use them now. So, we're kind of confined in this, but that is okay. I'm not going to do all these block for block, because a lot of them are kind of just basic. But basically for this one, we're terraforming some coarse dirt, kind of, almost pretend like you're making a river. So, I'm going to kind of just give you the rough idea. Like, I have some dirt here in this corner in a pile. Maybe I'll bring it forward actually here one again, and then I'll like go up diagonally out, and then I'll have one in the front corner. I'll have a row of 5 above it, which takes 1 forward and 2 back, and then I'll actually have moss above it on the front and back, dirt in the middle, and then I'll have a full row of moss on top of that. That top row is going to be in line with the ceiling, but we just place it because it's better to do that. And then on the other side, it's, I mean, pretty much the same thing. You don't really have a ton going on. It's just like, you kind of want that same sort of vibe to where you have the side sticking out, like so. And it almost, like, thins at the top specifically. I guess, imagine how a river bends and how sometimes you'll have those, like, kind of caves at the bottom where the, I guess, erosion is going. Where you'll have, you know, like a little cubby under here. I kind of tried to get that on a little bit of a pile here in the front corner of dirt, just like this. If you want to try to copy that perfectly, you can. That's the right side. And that is the left side. But I would kind of just go for whatever you think makes sense. Only thing is having that moss at the top is definitely nice because it just makes everything a little bit more better. River rise? Sure, that made no sense. I'm going to break through the wall here with the coarse dirt. I guess I'll place it back. But, yeah, it might actually be smart to... Oh, no, this goes further forward, so you can actually get out of this one fine. But, if you want to just, like, electrify through them or whatever, it doesn't matter. This one, it's kind of the same thing. I have this one a little bit more exaggerated, though. First thing is I actually have some cobblestone in the corner. I have this corner block open, so I'll have, like, a block to the left with a slab on top. Maybe a block to the right of it, and then a slab in front of that. So you almost have this, like, cove where the fish can hide. Yeah. And then in front of the cobblestone here, this slab, I'll have just, what is that, 5 coarse dirt to the front? I'll have the front one open, actually. And then I'll kind of have the middle 2 rows fairly left alone, and I'll have some dirt here at the top row of the dirt, and then I'll have, you know, maybe a moss at the front here, and just a row of moss above it. And then on the left, it's kind of the same thing. I have just like a little corner of dirt here in the back. That maybe sticks forward 5 in the first row, 2 in the second, and the top block is up. And then I'll have, again, that gap. I'll go dirt, 2 moss, 3 dirt, and a row of moss on top. Sure. Something like that. Again, I wouldn't be trying to copy this perfectly. I would just be trying to kind of get the idea. Some of them I might do perfectly just because, like, for the turtle one and the dolphin one, well, not the dolphin one as much, because dolphin one is fairly flat, but turtle one, you want that spacing to be correct. But for something like this, just make sure you don't go too far and make sure it's spacious enough and kind of feels like a giant river. But, yeah. I'm going to get rid of the cobblestone slabs and I guess the coarse dirt, and I'll be getting out stone stairs and sea lanterns. In line with the block of coal on both of these enclosures, you're going to place sea lanterns at the front and back. I'll do one at a time. You'll then place opposite down stone stairs inside of that facing inward. And in the center, like 3 rows, you'll just place upside down stone slabs. Like so. Do this in both. Now, if you want an easy way to get between the two, you can go, or you can do a command / game mode spectator. And you can just fly through the wall. And then I'll go / game mode C, whoopsies. And then it'll put me back in creative. And again, same thing where I'll see lanterns at the front and back. Make sure you go into the corners if you have them, like, open like this. Depending on how far you brought the moss out or whatever. Kind of just depends. But, and I'll have the upside down stone stairs inside, and then the upside down slab rows between, which should again be 3. Hopefully everyone is having a good day now. I think I said the 8 for the most part. Cool. And then you want to fill both these with water. I'm just going to fill off of these sea lanterns and then just, okay, I'm getting pushed. And then just like fill or waterlog the upside down stairs and slabs for the ceiling. Get used to doing this one. And if you have any gaps like this where the water goes out, you might want to just, you know, consider trying to waterlog them. That should be good. I don't really think, like, as long as you have water, even if there's a current, the fish won't drown, so it's kind of the only thing that matters. But, yeah. Before I do the other one, though, in the left one, I have, sea pickles, seagrass, and small drip leaves, just kind of placed however. The pickles are nice for lighting, like I'll have some there, maybe a 2 tall drip leaf. Actually, you can only do them 2 tall, so the small drip leaf there. Maybe have some sea pickles under there. There's like a bunch of grass on the ground. If you see how it like is almost like creating the air pockets, they should go away automatically, but if you want to just go through and waterlog all them, you'll have to do that with the coral later, unfortunately, because it's just annoying in Bedrock. But yeah, I think for a lot of these it'll kind of automatically fill, but maybe I'll do something like this. Another small drip leaf. Oh right, you can only place it on the... Well, that's not very kind. You can only place it on the dirt. If it's against a wall and you're having that issue, like, can I show it over? I don't know if I can show it now. But, like, how I just couldn't place it. I guess I could probably show it here, actually. Oh, no, never mind. I'm just dumb. But, yeah, if it does that, just, like, place water over where it would be. And then, again, if you want to get back into the other one easily, you can just actually go / and if you are on console as well, this will work. You just want to back out of the text box it'll give you, and you'll just press the up on the D-pad or up arrow, whatever, until you see the game mode spectator again. You can go back, and then again, just up arrow till you see C. It should be 2 each time. Even if you, like, accidentally misclick and do that, you'll see Bedrock has sorted it now to where it won't show that twice. It'll just skip to the next, actually, different one, which is very nice. I love that. And yeah, same thing here, waterlog. And this one I end up also using kelp, but nothing else really changes. I always say this with the zoo enclosures, but I'll say it here again. Have fun with this. Just like, you can kind of use what I'm doing as a guideline, but I definitely recommend kind of trying to branch off as much as you can to get something a little bit more unique. But yeah. And so again, I'll just place some pickles and some... Okay, well, it's doing the thing with the drip leaf, so I'll just place water on both blocks and place it again. You probably only need it in the bottom one, actually. Okay, you're just really being not kind to me. And yeah, I'll place seagrass everywhere, and... yeah. So, I'm going to get rid of... I'll just go to my inventory, actually, whatever. And you're going to want to get out cod spawn eggs and salmon spawn eggs. And the one that I'm in right now, the right one, which has the rock and stuff, you'll place cod in. Place however many you feel fits. I'll go 3 of each, I guess. And then I'm going to go spectator. Whoopsies. C, and I'll place 3 salmon in the left one. Why are they so tiny? Oh my... You little guy. Whatever. At least we got a decent sized one here. That was a big boy. Anyway, yeah, and then I'll get out of this because I no longer want to be here. The next two are a bit more interesting, less interesting. It depends on what you consider. These ones have coral, and these are actually different from each other. So, how do we even go about doing this? I think for both of them, you're going to want to do the ceiling thing again, where you also waterlog them. So I'll just break into one, and I'll get out sea lanterns, stone stairs, stone slabs, and water buckets. And again, I'll place these sea lanterns at the front and back rows against the coal. Upside down stone stair rows inside of that, and then just upside down stone slabs in the center. And before I do it in the other one, I'll just waterlog this immediately. You're going to have to waterlog or keep the water for a lot of this because, as I mentioned, these are, I think both these use coral. I know this one for sure does. But, yeah, the coral is a little bit picky, so you will have to deal with that. And again, you want it in the other one. And then that'll be 4 of a whole lot more than 4 done. I don't really know. The frog one should be quick, though, which will be good. And then the axolotl one is just like one of these. Dolphin and turtle are really the problem. I mean, not even the dolphins I've had. The turtle one's probably the most complicated. The squid ones are the same as what we've already done. Actually, one of the squid ones is different. I think it's the glow squids are different. Nice. I'll start with the left one because the left one is kind of, sort of, maybe simpler. Yeah. There is no terraforming of the ground here. However, I recommend keeping your water bucket again. You want to just pick a couple coral blocks along with the fan and the 2 coral decoration versions. The, you know, regular coral and the coral fans along with the block, obviously. So, I went with red, pink, yellow, and purple, which is fire, brain, horn, and bubble. So really just all but blue. Wow, I just hate blue, I guess. But yeah, so I'll pick for the purpose of this, I'll pick 2. So I'll pick fire and brain, I think. And then again, I'll grab the coral decoration and the coral fan. In addition, you might also want like some seagrass and some kelp and maybe some sea pickles, but we don't have the material space for that. So we're going to worry about that at the end. So when you're placing the coral, just place it however and wherever you want. And again, if you want floating ones, you're going to have to like break a block because they don't place floating for some reason. But yeah, just kind of do whatever formations of coral you want. I'm not really liking the way this one is looking, to be honest. So I might like do one of these. Yeah, I'll do that, and then actually I'll bring this across and like around, and then that'll give them a little bit of a cove as well in the corner here. And yeah, if you're placing the fire coral and it's just like kind of just not working, you're gonna have to do the water thing again, where you just place water even though there's already water. The fans are a little bit more resilient, so they won't actually give you any issues. But yeah, and then I'll do another brain one that's like here maybe, and I like having loops in them because I think it's cool, but it's up to you if you enjoy that as an idea. Or if you just want to go normal. And then I'll be placing my... That's not quite what I meant to do. I'll be placing my brain coral. Why are you so mean? I've done nothing but place you. Oh my god. It's because I placed a block. It got mad at me again. That's unfortunate. But yeah, maybe having a third one like in the corner here might actually be smart. So I'm going to get rid of the fire and I'll get out... I'll give tube some love, why not? I didn't actually use it originally, so... At least in this particular enclosure. I'm sure I used it in a different one. I actually probably used it in the other one, I'm not gonna lie. But, oh well. And then again, once you've done that, you just have some seagrass, some kelp, and some sea pickles around. Sea pickles are great for lighting. I think I already said that, but I'm saying it again, because they're just that good. Like, they really light these up. Nice. This one is... Are both of these tropical fish? Oh, no, the other one's puffer fish. So this one is tropical fish. Which, you might as well just place... Or spawn in now. Where are tropical fish? They've got to be near the other ones. Oh, yeah, it looks like Nemo. Except Nemo... Is Nemo orange and white or orange and black? Oh my god, my childhood is ruined. I don't know what Nemo looks like. I'll place 4 in here because they're different. Try to make them all different. If you get 2 of the same, I wouldn't really stress it, but I think it's cool to have more of the colors shown, and, you know, you can pick and choose. Alright, can I help you, Mr. Fish? He's a little interested in me. Anyway, to the final one on this row. We'll come back for the, like, later decorations later, which I mean the decorations that kind of just go around. So for this one's a little bit more fun. You can clear your inventory. Keep the water bucket, though. And I'm going to get out sandstone slabs. Sand. Stone brick stairs. Mossy stone brick stairs. Tough brick stairs. Clay. And we'll go with a coral block. I did use tube here, so I'll actually use horn this time since I didn't use horn before. And I'll go with... We'll get out the small drip leaves, why not? So in the back corner here, I'm going to place a sand, and I'll extend it forward with another sand, and then a sandstone slab, which you're going to have to waterlog that. I'll bring the original sand block also right with the sandstone slab. And then in front of that, I'll place a couple of stone brick stairs going right that face forward. As you place the stone brick stairs, you can mix in mossy stone brick stairs as well, because I think it'd be cool. But you'll, just so it gives us a little bit more texture, you'll extend either side stair forward with stairs facing into each other that are, you know, also stone brick. You'll copy that kind of U shape or whatever you want to call it, the anchor, the magnet, the N, whatever. You will copy it on top of itself. Again, just making sure you can switch, or you can switch up the stairs between the mossy and the regular stone brick. On top of that, you'll place a set of tough brick stairs all facing away from each other. So front left, I'll place it facing forward. Whoa, that is trippy. Right of it, I'll place it facing right. Behind that, I'll place it facing back. And then left of that, I'll place it facing left. And I will waterlog them all again. In the back right-hand corner, I'll just place a little pile of sand. I'm not going to do any slabs or anything. I'll do like that. And then I'm going to end up having the coral kind of wrapping around it. And just, you know, going over it like that. Not exactly that. Again, just kind of making a little formation of it. You'll, on the main floor, just replace a couple of the sands with clay. And you'll place small drip leaves on them. That one... So why do you work that time? Whatever. Maybe it was something with it. No, because that one was against the wall. What? Okay, whatever. Just, like, be that way. I don't want to ask questions. I'll clear my inventory again, except for the bucket still, because it stays permanently pretty much at this point in time, I think. And we'll get out the horn coral decorations, or whatever coral color you used, along with seagrass, kelp, and you'll never guess the third one. That's right, sea pickles. And I'm actually going to get out the pufferfish spawn eggs now, because I might as well. And, optionally, suspicious sand. Just add a little bit of texture on the ground. I did replace like a sand or two with suspicious sand. Oh, then you know the drill probably from here. You'll place the horn coral on the horn coral, and you'll place the fans around as well on it. And then from there, I'll just place seagrass, kelp of varying heights, and sea pickles around just to add to the aesthetic. Something like this. Cool. We got a sea pickle here. Whoopsies, that's not it. You're not real. Oh no, yes you are. You were just not pretending to be. You were pretending to not be real. And then I'll place my puffer fishes in. What are you mad at? Are you mad at the... Oh, never mind. Wait, they're mad at me. Right? I don't know what they're mad at, to be honest. They kind of just mad. But yeah, that is the first set of 4 done. It was already 20 minutes. Oh, Lord. These ones will take a minute, for sure. The frog ones should be easy since we don't have to waterlog the whole darn thing. But, yeah. We're just going to work around So we'll start with this one. And this one is similar to what we've already done, since it's, you know, this. Only thing different is we actually have a shipwreck in this one, so we can build that first. I'll get rid of the water bucket, I know, crazy. I've broken the code. But get out the following. Oak planks. Spruce planks. Oh, that is not. There we go. Spruce slabs. Gravel. Coarse dirt and moss blocks. I'll actually also get out clay, sea lanterns, and stone stairs. Why not? So at the back center of this enclosure, I'm going to... It doesn't necessarily have to be centered, but it probably should be. I'll place just a set of 3 oak planks along the back wall there. I'll place the upside down spruce slabs surrounding it on all sides, so, you know, like that. And then I'll bring the side ones up with a plank, slab, and then you'll bring those slabs out by 1. On this front row of 3, you'll take the outer slabs and bring them up with a plank, slab, and then connect the slab together, which will give you a little hole, which is a window or something. The next part is doing what we did with the first 2 enclosures, where we're forming the sides of the river with the coarse dirt. Only difference is we're actually having some gravel on the bottom here. I'm going to break through this slab particularly. But having some gravel on the bottom here just to give you a little bit more forming of some sort of terraforming, like so maybe. Did I accidentally perfectly copied that? Wow. And then I'll bring the dirt up and whatever, and I'll just kind of do this. Try to keep the moss in this one really only to that top row, and then obviously the row above, which is in line with the coal. At least for these parts. That's what I did. Just a recommendation. You don't even necessarily have to follow that, but, you know. Something like this, maybe. Like that? Gotta bring that moss up, but yeah. Cool. It's really not picky with how you do it. I'm actually gonna remove that one because I don't want a row of moss at the... Or I don't want a moss blocking only the sea lanterns. It should be a block lower if it's gonna block. That's a lot of blocking. A couple of the gravel in the floor you'll replace with clay for the same reason we did in the last enclosure, but that's not important yet. You know the drill from here. The row of sea lanterns along the coal at the front and back. The upside down stone stairs inside of that. And then I'll just get out upside down stone slabs to place in the center. Nice. Clearing our inventory, you can get out water buckets. Shocker, who would have guessed? Seagrass. Small drip leaf. And sea pickle? I don't think there's anything else. There are obviously the squid spawn eggs, which you can grab out now if you want. But it's up to you. Oh, that spawn egg is ugly. Obviously, first thing you're going to do is fill this thing with water, because we can't do much without it being filled with water. Make sure you do waterlog the slabs on the... Well, obviously the roof. Although that one should have been a given. That wasn't what I was going to say. I was going to say the slabs on the shipwreck part. Waterlog everything, basically. Just make sure there's no gaps, because if with Minecraft squids, they will find a way to delete themselves from your world. So just make sure that every little corner is filled, because they are not particularly the brightest creatures in this game. Looks good. You can kind of see where there are like issues, but I think I got them all. Yeah. On the clay, you'll place your small drip leaf. Why are they working now? This doesn't make any sense. And then I have a sea pickle inside the shipwreck for fun, and then I'll just have, you know, a couple other sea pickles, maybe, along with some seagrass. Who would have guessed on that one, right? Never heard of. If you have vibrant visuals on, you probably don't need the sea pickles as much as if you don't, because the water is a lot more clear with the vibrant visuals on. And then I'll pop my squids in here. I'll place 3, and there they are. Awesome. I will also later show you how to give some of the animals like regen or resistance or whatever you want to do, so they can't die. And I don't think they'll despawn if they have potion effects, but I'm not sure on that. If you're having issues with that, just give them name tags or whatever. Next one, the deep sea one. This one is fun. Is there a lot going on with this? Yeah, no, there's a considerable amount. So, I want you to clear your brain and also your inventory entirely. And just, like, think about caves where glow squids spawn. And so you kind of just want to get out anything you think of. So I'm going to get out a couple deep sea ores, which I'll get out. Do I just use iron here? Huh, I do. Oh, why is there one singular sea pickle? Oh, there's 3 sea pickles in here, never mind. I just use iron ore, but you can use a couple others like gold or redstone or whatever. I used glow lichen, which does get waterlogged, by the way. I use diorite, granite, andesite, cobblestone slabs for an archway kind of thing, tough, and the aforementioned sea. Oh, there's a 4th sea pickle, but the aforementioned sea pickles. Along with the stone slab ceiling. The ceiling has no detail, so I'll get out stone slabs and also water buckets, but you kind of just want to make whatever you would imagine when you think of a cave here. Try to kind of form the edges to give you something more interesting. And I really only do this, I only use this principle in the back left corner. And again, when you're texturing with some stuff, you can go in line with the coal since that's the ceiling I put. Like, I'll take this back corner and I'll bring tough up, and I'll kind of just form off the edges of the tough coming out a couple blocks. If you followed, it's kind of random, but if you followed the Ban 0 tutorial that I did, it's kind of like that cave almost, where you're just taking a box and you're adding detail to it. Opposite corner, I do the same with diorite, actually, in the back right. Do I have any on the bottom? I don't. And then I'll have in the wall a couple patches of, like, andesite and granite that might stick out with a block or two. And then also deep set iron ore just in the walls. Nothing crazy going on with it. You can have as many or as few patches as you want. And again, you can change up the ores, but I do have an archway in the center. So if you take the front right hand gravel, you want to count left by 1 and back by 3, and you're going to place a cobblestone slab. We're going to be, I'm just going to say block, but, you know, you'll just place 2 slabs for a block. You'll, behind that, place a block with a slab on top. Extend that slab left with a block. Extend that block left with 2 upside down slabs, each with a slab on top. Take the upside down slabs and extend left with a block. Then down with a block. From this bottom block, you'll do 2 things. You'll go right with a slab, and also from it, forward with a block. And also left with a slab from the same one. Behind the, like, original slab and block here on the right, you'll count back another block, and you'll place a block. Left of it, an upside down slab. Up with a block. Left with an upside down slab. Left with a block. Left with a slab, and then down with a block. And that's kind of the archway you have, just so they can, I don't know, swim through something. Around the walls and wherever you so please, you can just place some glow lichen. I think this looks, you can even place them on the glass. I think that look kind of interesting. I can't show you that particularly, but that might be an interesting kind of idea. Just to light this up a bit better. You know the drill. Ceiling is just upside down stone slabs in line with the coal. There is no lighting here because it's a cave and it's supposed to be dark. Unlike the other ones, which would probably have natural light. Although I guess the bottom of the ocean wouldn't have natural light. Not that... I don't think anything in this game would live at the bottom of the ocean. I guess we don't know what lives in the bottom of the ocean, so I can't really say either way. Anyway, you're going to fill in the entire room with water. You want to just waterlog the upside down stone slabs in the ceiling. If you're having issues where it's just, like, not flowing down, it's more than likely because of the glow lichen. You have to just waterlog the glow lichen specifically. Like, you see here, this slab is actually waterlogged, but it's stopping because of the lichen. So... just one thing to keep in mind as you're doing this. And again, make sure you get everything, that everything is waterlogged, because the squids are squids. That's Minecraft. AI is great, am I right? I wasn't even talking about, like, the actual AI, but I guess it applies either way, so... whatever. Saying like the Minecraft mob AI, not like the artificial intelligence stuff. I guess that's the exact same frickin' thing, but I mean, it still applies differently. And yeah, you can kind of see the water pockets. I was trying to say bubbles, so it ended up coming out as puckets, whatever those are. It's like buckets, but said weird. Only other thing in this enclosure that isn't the glow squids themselves is some sea pickles. Just like dot a couple around. I wouldn't do patches of 4 like I have been. I do like a patch of maybe 3 at most. Actually, I go 2 at most. And just kind of a couple to glow. And then speaking of glowing, you'll place the glow squids in the enclosure, and they'll do a lot of the glowing themselves. Wait, huh? Okay, I don't want to ask. Yeah, I do really like the glow squids. I'm one of the few people that probably actually enjoys them. I don't think they're particularly, like, a cool mob, but I love the glowing sect. That might be one of the best additions in this game in a while. I know it's such a small thing, but, like, for somebody who cares about those small things, it matters a lot. Let's wipe the frogs out. These shouldn't be too bad. Tell you what we're gonna do first. We're gonna do the ceiling in all 3 because they're easy and they're just gonna be, like, 2 seconds. So we don't have to worry about waterlogging these, except for the, like, water pools in them. You want to get out sea lanterns, stone slabs, and stone stairs and stone slabs, whatever, I said that inverted. You can just go in spectator, and if you head in one of these and go back into creative, you can actually access all 3, which is neat. So I'll place a row of sea lanterns at the back of each, against the coal at the top, then a row of upside down stone stairs in front, and then it should be 2 rows of upside down stone slabs in front of that. Might be ideal to leave a block open in each, just like a corner block of the slab, so you can go between them easily. And I will show you how to place the frogs. I know because of Minecraft being Minecraft that it doesn't necessarily work in your favor, but yeah, we'll start with the left one. You're going to be using a combination of the following for the grass portion, which is literally like 6 blocks. It's more than 6. It's 11. You want to use grass blocks, podzol, mud, and muddy mangrove roots. And I'm just going to place it all with grass first, and I'll texture it after. From this back left corner, I'll place 4 grass extending over. I'll have another row of 4 in front, and then the left 3 I'll bring forward again. I have this, like, mainly podzol, and then I have around the edges some mud and some muddy mangrove roots, and then the grass kind of just is grass. I don't know. Maybe like that. Sure. For the bottom of the water, which we don't have yet, it's a mixture of gravel and coarse dirt. The coarse dirt is partially used for putting small drip leaf on, because we love small drip leaf here. Although not entirely. So yeah, once you place all that, you can just place water over top of the gravel and coarse dirt. That frog just jumped through me on my alt account, that's great. From this point, you want to get out the following. You want to get out spruce fence, oak leaves, azalea, small drip leaf, lily pads, seagrass, ferns, and short grass. So on the back left of the land section, I have an azalea plant. Right of it, a spruce leaf with, or spruce fence, excuse me, with another one on top. Oak leaf above that that's broad in each direction that it can be by 1. I'll cover the rest of the land part with ferns and short grass, almost entirely. I'll leave a bit open, but... On a coarse dirt or 2, you'll place small drip leaves, and then you'll place a couple lily pads and seagrass around. You can use the frog spawn egg for this one. That's the only one you can if you're in a superfly world. If you're in a specific biome, it won't really work regardless. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do /summon frog. You'll have to do tilde, 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 tilde. So 5 of them. And then is cold? Or spawn cold? I think it's spawn cold. Yeah, spawn cold, warm, or temperate? I think is the one you would want here. Spawn _ temperate. Yeah, and that'll give you the orange guy. A body. And then you can leave this one, and I will seal it off as I move into the center one, which is the snowy looking one. This one has barely any water, thankfully. It still has one block though, because we can't get rid of it permanently. You want to get out the following. Snow blocks. Snow isn't the layered block. Packed ice. Blue concrete if you want, not really required. Water buckets. Dark oak fence. Nether brick fence. And dark oak fence gate. So I'm going to, at the back right, I'll place 2 packed ice extending over. Row in front of that, I'll place 3 extending over. And then in the front 2, I'll place 4 extending over in each row. Whoopsies. Cool. If you take the back right packed ice, I'll count forward diagonally left by 1. I'll break that along with the light gray below, which will be replaced with a blue concrete, and then I'll fill that with water, just so the frog actually has a water source to drink from, because I presume that even if it's cold, he would need to drink water. But the rest of the land, I'll fill in the floor with stone. Stone? What? Snow blocks? I don't know where stone came from. And I have a little custom tree here. This row of 3 snow, the middle one, you'll extend up with 2 dark oak fence. You extend this top fence in 3 different directions. You'll extend it forward with a dark oak fence gate that's connected to it. Back with a dark oak fence. Along with right with a dark oak fence, and then from there I'll go up by 1. From that top dark oak fence, I'll go left with 2 nether brick fence. I'll place varying snow layer heights on the ground here, just to, whoopsies, have a little bit of variation in the terrain. But it's up to you, you don't have to do this one. I do realize also with the sea lanterns that these would generally melt. I think well, I don't have it on the back row, so they might have melted. But I also have it on the ice here for some reason. I don't really know why, but if you have random tick speed off, I think they'll be fine. Worst case, they'll kind of melt at the back, and I think the rest should be fine, but don't quote me on anything. For this one, it'll be /summon frog 5 tildes again, and then it is spawn _ cold, since, you know, this is the cold biome, and you'll get this green guy. Why did Minecraft make his butt shiny? Whatever. I'm moving on from that, because I'm a little concerned by that fact. We'll head into the final one, which is the one with the Badlands looking on background. I forgot what it was called. This one is honestly quite simple. You just need the following. You need dirt path, red sand, smooth red sandstone. Actually, it doesn't have to be smooth. It can be any red sandstone. You just need to see the top of it. So I'm going to go chisel just for the hell of it. Oak fences. Acacia leaf. I think it's literally just... Was I use azalea or acacia? No, that's acacia. I'm pretty sure. It's definitely not azalea. I mean, it might be, but who knows. And a dead bush. That should be everything. Well, actually, 2 dead bushes if you're being specific. Back left of this cage, you'll place 3 dirt path extending over. Next row in front, you'll place 2 dirt path extending over. Both those rows, the remainder of them at the right will be filled in with red sand. The row in front, starting from the left, you'll place 4 red sand extending over. Row in front of that, you'll place 3 red sand. Yep, he's swimming. The light gray in this corner, you will replace with your red sandstone. See, it doesn't look different. Oh yeah, you need water buckets, because you do need to fill this little area with water. I'll then in either corner place a couple of dead bushes. In the corner, kind of between the dirt paths, I'll go up with 2 oak fence. Right one, and then up with an acacia leaf. If I am on the ground here, I can do the /summon command once more. Frog 5 tildes, and this one is spawn _ warm. And you should get a kind of grayish white frog. Where are you trying to go? Not that way. Anyway, that is the 3 frog enclosures done, which means we have 3 left, actually. If you head back up, we can access the next one since it's open here. The axolotl one, which is going to be this one in the center. This one is... Where is the axolotl? There he is. It's pretty much the same as what we've already done, so we'll get out the sea lanterns, stone stairs, stone slabs, sandstone slabs, tube coral block, and I'll also get out the 2 decoration versions, the regular one and the fan. And I'll get out another coral type. I used horn, but you can pick whatever 2 you want. I actually used bubble here since I haven't used bubble yet, I don't think, in this tutorial. And I gotta share it. Share the wealth. In this enclosure, you'll take the quality top back of it, from the glass being the front, and you'll place a row of sea lanterns. In front of it, row of upside down stone stairs, and then in front of that, 3 rows of upside down stone slabs. Or 4. It might be 4. It's 4. There's no light at the front of this one because I'd said so. I don't really have a particular reason. Back left, I'll place a sandstone block with a slab off either side. There, you can place a couple other sandstone slabs if you'd like. That's all I have, though, so I'll get rid of those 4 materials at the beginning, and I'll get out water buckets. Maybe the other bubble coral or the fan would be ideal since I never got that out. And then I'll just go, I guess, sea pickles and seagrass. Something like that. We also need the kelp again, but that's probably given. You will waterlog this whole area, as per usual. I think this is the last one we'll do manually. I'm going to slash fill the others because it just is going to save like 3 days worth of time. Slash fill is a beautiful thing. Anyway. You'll place one of your coral blocks, just like a pile of it in the back corner here. And again, you'll have the variants just on it and around it and whatever. Something like that. And then maybe roughly in the front left, not directly in the front left, but a little bit off, I'll have the other coral variant. You're so mean. I hope you know that in Minecraft. Something like that. And then you know the drill, you'll place some sea pickles and some sea grass, just kind of lurking around, along with some kelp, but we don't have kelp right now, so I'll actually just get rid of it once I place some sea grass, and I'll get out the kelp. I probably should have gotten rid of the coral or something, because there might want to be more kelp or more seagrass, but it's fine. For this one, I just placed one singular axolotl in, because I felt like it. I was having an issue with the original one that I think I had to move something. Hey there, buddy. He kept aggroing to the squids. He might try to do it again. Yep, he's a little bit annoyed at the squids for whatever reason. So that might happen sometimes. It seems like it's fine, or it seems like it's fine now. Are you stuck already? Okay, no. But yeah, I don't know what he's exactly doing. A little bit of a confused man. I almost just summoned a frog. That would have been unfortunate for the frog. But yeah, you can leave that one, and you can head into this one out of the 2, which should be the front more of the 2 big enclosures. And it's just like it's right off where we were. And I'll start with just sand and sandstone slabs, along with stairs. Actually, we'll get out sand, sandstone slabs, sandstone stairs, and suspicious sand. Anything else? We can get out the cobblestone slabs and the water buckets. I don't really see a reason to wait. So, yeah. The front of this enclosure is going to be this glass wall, and which is the side that we came from. Make sure you're holding the regular sand, not the other sand, the suspicious one for this. But you want to take the far left side here, and you want to take this front left sand and count back by, is it 4 back? Yes, 4 back. Place 3 sand going right. Forward. Right 4. Forward. Right 4. Back. Right 6. Back. Right 3. And as we do this, I'm going to just fill all the way back with each row, because there's no real reason in not. It's just going to cause a whole extra step to try to like figure out where the sand is going to not be floating. So I would fill it entirely, rather than trying to place some other block and be like, yeah, this will be where the next row will be. And these will get shorter each time, obviously, because, yeah. I tried to make it even to where there was still a good amount of swimming space and also a good amount of land space, so they could, you know... The whole point is to display the, like, laying of the egg part. At least for this particular version of it, because I think that's kind of one of the more interesting things about turtles in general, is the whole way that they do that. Burying it in the sand or whatever. From this point, you'll take the new front left corner of this previous row and count back by 2 this time and place 4 sand going right. You'll then go forward. Right by 5, sorry, I almost said 6. Back. Right 4. Back. Right 4. Back and right by 3, and then fill in everything. You should be ending at the very end of the enclosure on the sides when you do this. If you're like a block off or something, just don't worry about it. It doesn't matter that much. It shouldn't be, though. Shouldn't it be? Yeah, this is one of the interiors of all time. I'm not even saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, man, this is taking a minute for sure to do. Is this the... No, I think there's another row after this still. Yeah, no, it should be in line with the coal, I think, once we're done. It's pretty much the whole point, I believe. For the next row, anyway, you want to... You're doing a fairly similar thing. You're taking the furthest left and counting back by 2, and going right, you're going to place the same 4 sand. Forward. Right by what should be 7, I believe. Yes, I can't actually count it. I just have to look at it and estimate. Back. Right 3. Back. Right 2. Back, right by 4, and you should connect into the wall. I am getting it right, though, still, which is impressive. I'm shocked. But I don't actually, because I'm in spectator, so I can just fly through the walls and stuff, I can't actually count the blocks, so I have to kind of just look and be like, it looks like it's that many. And I haven't messed up, so I'll keep doing it. Maybe that just says I played too much Minecraft, who knows. But either way, it's impressive. At least give me some credit. For the next row, that is so off-centered, what? You'll take the furthest left one, I mean, it's supposed to be, but that's besides the point. And you want to count back by 4. And going right from this block, you'll place 3 sand. Extend forward. Right by 2. Forward. Right by... Is it 7 again? Yes. Back. Right 3. Back. Right by 4. Oh, that's 5 there, but that's okay. I shouldn't have said anything. I'll just add another block to the ends of these final 2 rows here, or to the right of them, and that'll fix it. I shouldn't have said anything. It was only a matter of time before I said something and it backfired, and it was now, I guess. That was that time. Anywho. You can place like a placeholder row in line with this section of sand here and fill the water over that. However, instead, I'm going to take this corner since it's pretty much the furthest out. Copy the coordinate, and I'm actually going to go to the bottom on the other corner. And I'm going to do /fill, tilde, tilde, tilde. Copy the other coordinate, and I'll do water and keep. And that should leave all of the sand and fill the water fully. Oh yeah, I forgot the rays shine through the windows there. It's so cool looking. But... yeah, and if you have any issue over here, you might... Nope, it is in line. Never mind. So yeah, that's just to make sure that we don't have the issue with the water being annoying like it was before. In no particular fashion on the left side here at the top, you're just going to make a rock out of cobblestone blocks and slabs. I'll just kind of form some sort of rock. Maybe you should go like that far out, like, you know, 5 or 6 blocks. And it should be like 3 or 4 thick. That might be a little bit too much, like there. So maybe I'll do like that or something, and that. Yeah, that looks about good. It's not the same as I did originally, for once, but, you know. And then a little bit right of that, I'm gonna, like, break a sand. And I'll break behind it until I'm maybe 1 or 2 off the back, and I'll place at that back there a sandstone slab. You should have, maybe, it depends how many blocks in front, but you just, 2 blocks, the 2 blocks in front you'll break to the right and place sandstone slabs. In front of that A row in line with the original slab, you'll place the sandstone stair facing back. Of these center 2, you'll take the front one, and left of it you'll place a sandstone slab. Which should be in the floor still. And left of this back one you'll break one, and then you'll break the second one and place a sandstone stair facing right. I'll replace the sand at the bottom with suspicious sand, and if you want, you can place a couple turtle eggs in here. Why did they like that? But, yeah, it doesn't matter if you do or not. I will. But if you have random tick speed off, they'll be fine and they will stay there. Because I know now, since I've been using them a lot more cosmetically, that they don't die. For the rest, or for the in the rest, whatever that means. For the rest of the enclosure, it's the same thing we've done like 15 times already. It's just some random splotches of coral, seagrass, kelp, and sea pickles. And, what did I use this time? I used fire and brain, why not? I think that was the original combo as well, actually, so that's funny. Why am I doing this like this? What? There we go, and then I'll get out... Can I get out all of them? I think it is. It's 3, So, yeah, you should be able to get all of them, hopefully. You can also, like, throw in some sandstone slabs and some cobblestone slabs and some rocks. If you... Especially for members, I don't know if it's out publicly yet, but if you followed the tutorial for the turtle zoo enclosure, you can kind of use that as some inspiration here. So I think that might have actually been more detailed. It was also made more recently, believe it or not, even though it was recorded first. Refresh is weird, but yeah, again, I just kind of have the coral on the 2 outer edges, and then I'll just have the kelp and whatever in the center going up as high as I need. And yeah, you don't have to go all the way up to the top of the water necessarily. You can in all of them, or you cannot. It's no right or wrong way to do any of this, to be honest. It's all just what you think. I know I hate doing that sometimes in tutorials, because it's like, oh, but the point of the tutorial is so you can build it. But also, like, you know, it is definitely nice to kind of just think about it more than just staring at a tutorial, especially to hit a point to where you won't need to follow every tutorial, you know? Like me, because I make them now. That'd be kind of scuffed if I was following tutorials to make the tutorials. Although, to be fair, I guess that's what notes are for. Moving on from that thought, we're going to head into the next enclosure over, and I think, for this one, I'll just break to the wall. You should be in this one. The front is going to be that lower glass again, because I said so. This one is a bit more of a fun one. I think this probably has actually maybe the most going on. I'm not sure. The water is getting filled up to the first layer of glass on this top level here. So I'm going to just take a corner here and I'll stand, you know, on this coal. Or just, like if I bring this coal corner out, I'll just stand on it. Copy that coordinate and I'll go to the opposite corner at the bottom here and I'll do the same thing we did before. We don't actually need to do a keep command since there's nothing that's going to get destroyed. But yeah, I love the rays coming through. It looks so cool. Vibrant visuals, my beloved. Whoa, that looks cool too. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So for this one, there's a couple things. Why is it? Whatever. There's a couple things to be focused on. We have a little, like, ruin. So if you get out stone bricks, mossy stone bricks, smooth stone slabs, and black concrete, that'll make the ruin. And we have just some general kind of terraforming. We have some sand, we have some sandstone slabs, we have some cobblestone slabs. And probably the most interesting thing here, we have some giant arches of coral in this one. I used red and yellow, but again, or red and pink, I mean, since I just used those, I'm going to use yellow and magenta. So, taking the front of the tank here, which is, again, this lower glass, we're going to be in the back left-hand corner, pretty much, and I'll just place a couple little cobblestone stuff there. You shouldn't have to waterlog anything unless you break a block. That kind of is when things start to get a little bit more questionable, but also suspicious sand you can use, but I'm not going to deal with that now. To kind of mimic the actual ruins, so they have the suspicious sand around them now where you can get the fossils. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave like a gap of 4 from that cobblestone, and I'll place a couple stone bricks going up here. Is it 2 or 3? It's 3. You can do, again, just whatever combo of mossy stone bricks and regular stone bricks here. Extend the bottom and top forward by 2 and connect together at the end there. You pretty much want to make this wall 2 more times, so you'll extend at the front here the top and bottom stone bricks right by 2 and connect together at the end. Then going backwards, you'll do the same thing. Extend back by 2 and connect together at the end. And I'm just going to place a black concrete in the very center to block off all the windows so nothing can actually get in here. Around the top row of stone bricks, I'll place upside down smooth stone slabs. They won't end up... they'll end up covering half the stone brick and they won't go in the corners. On the middle of each wall, including where there would be a back wall, you'll place a smooth stone block just made out of slabs. And then you'll also have a slab on each corner of stone brick like so. In the center, I'll have a slab of block up. You might actually want to remove that one, because I am realizing that could potentially be why the dolphins keep dying, because they're swimming on that, or like jumping onto that and getting stuck, but I don't know. I'm actually going to still add it, because it doesn't matter to me. But if you have the same issue, where even if you have give the dolphin stuff and they're like dying, or you see them there, then that would be a good reason. As for the cobblestone and sand and stuff, you kind of just want to have it, you know, scattered around. I have a big thing of sand here in this back right corner. And maybe I'll even, you know, have some, not cobblestone, but sandstone slabs going around. And I'll also have a couple around the ruin here, which maybe I'll also get rid of the stone bricks and get out suspicious sand and place a couple around it as well. Really just minor details that you probably won't even notice, but they're there. And then again, I'll just dot some cobblestone slabs around, and maybe I'll have a couple, like, bigger rocks. Maybe, like, here I'll have, like, something like this. I don't... Aww. It's unfortunate. But yeah, just have a good time here. Maybe here I'll have another one. You know, just whatever. I've left the middle open intentionally here because I have a couple, as I mentioned, arches of coral, where basically you just kind of want to... I'm not going to give you a block for this, but you kind of just want to make an arch out of coral. So, like, I'll go up by 2, then you'll need placeholders for a lot of this. And you really just want to make an arch that it doesn't want to go, like, in line with the top of the water. You can go 1 block lower like this, but I wouldn't really go any higher than that. And yeah, kind of just, like, do whatever you think would look the best. And, you know, thicken it out a little bit. And have, like, rows. I don't really know exactly how to explain how to terraform this entirely, but... Just kind of, you want it more than a block thick, and you kind of want some, like, weird edges and stuff going on, and maybe, like... And also do something like that, and maybe I'll bring those out. Or something like that. You can even go wider than that if you wanted, like, a couple blocks wider. Bigger is maybe potentially better in this context. I'm just gonna fill up the coral, and then I'll just break the ones that I don't want. Like that, maybe. That's kind of the same on both, but that's fine. And, you know, I'll have a second one as well. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit larger. Like, I'll make it, like that big, maybe? I'll make it, like, lower, but... wider. Maybe like that or something. I don't know. Maybe even on this side, I don't even do the full thing. Like, I just go one of these and then bam. Just to give it a little bit of shape. I don't really like the gap here, though. Why did I use sand of all blocks? Oh, I'm so dumb. And yeah, you might want to try and just check, make sure you don't need to waterlog anything, like, under these. But it looks like I'm fine here. Or you can even just, like, get out of Superfly mode and you'll feel the current as you kind of walk around. And maybe I'll dot some more cobblestone around, and you'll obviously want the coral variations and stuff, just to, you know, make these a little bit more interesting. In addition to me getting out the coral variants here, what is it? What was I using? Bubble was the other one? Yeah. Hopefully I won't have any problems here, because I don't have water buckets. But I'll just do this now, and then I'll explain the next part. Which will be the last part of the tanks. Or the last tank. Except we didn't spawn the turtles in. I just realized that. Funny. So, same thing. It's the seagrass, the kelp, and the sea pickles. You can place these on the arches this time. I've normally not really said anything about doing that, like placing them on the coral. But I think here you definitely want to place them on the coral because of the size of it. And maybe even on the, you know, this thing here. The ruin. Just to make it look a little bit more kind of just in the mix, you know? But have fun, add more if you want, just, you know, make the most of it. I think the more you add, not necessarily the better. There's definitely a point to where you can't see anything. But I think definitely having a good amount of stuff is always nice. Just make sure you can obviously, you know, if, like, almost just head back into the glass and be like, yeah, you know, I can see a lot of that. Obviously, because of Minecraft water, it's going to be a little bit hard to see regardless. But just make sure that you can kind of see most of what's happening in a, you know, proximity to you. But even then. And yeah, any animals we forgot to spawn in, we can spawn in now, which I think are just the last two. So, dolphins and sea turtles, which are actually right next to each other, are just called turtles. Again, I'll spawn like 3, and I'll go back into the turtle enclosure, and I'll spawn a couple. So, if you're having an issue to where they're despawning, there's a couple things you can do. As I mentioned, or just, you know, vanishing in general. The old trick of giving them name tags works. You can end up going inside of a cage, and before we actually add the other stuff, this might be nice. You can do /effect. Don't finish this command before, or don't enter this command before I tell you to enter it, because this will screw things up if you don't, presumably. /effect at E bracket R equals, like, I'll just go like 40 because that should get most of this. Just make sure you don't go too big. I would not go bigger than 40, but I want to make sure that it gets at least the dolphins here. And then I'll do regeneration infinite 255 true. And then you can enter it. And you can see here, that is a long list, but it gave me regen, which I'll just have to drink milk to get rid of it. Dolphin, 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 turtle, frog, frog, axolotl. They all have regen, and they will have this forever unless, I don't know, something happens. So, they shouldn't, in theory, get, you know, killed by the unbeknownst now. Maybe they'll despawn still, like, you can, if you want, just smack out an anvil and name them, like, funny aquarium man, but that one's entirely up to you if you want to do that or not. I'm not too concerned about that. I think the regen should hopefully fix my problem, but I guess I'll find out soon enough. I do want to give myself night vision again, though. That might be important. So, oh yeah, right, I'm not a spectator. I'm going to break out, and I want to head back to the entrance, because we're going to start at the entrance and kind of just sweep our way through, because, oh yeah, there's this tank here. There's always more, isn't there? So, if you are at this particular thing, you just really want sand, block of coal, glass, water buckets. Probably some polished blackstone bricks would be ideal. Some kelp. And whatever coral fans you like. Me personally, I like all my fans. Haha, hilarious joke. Anyway, that wasn't the... That's fine. It wasn't the intention of that, but you know what I mean. The point was like, I was making a pun, you know. You're gonna just replace the light gray around the gray on the floor with sand here. So that wasn't an insult. You'll then, outside of that, place coal in the floor. Make sure you don't do the corners of this one, but you do want to do the corners for the sand, so you should have this. I'll bring the coal all the way up to the ceiling with glass so it connects to the polished blackstone bricks. I'd advise trapping yourself inside this time for once of this little thing, just because, yeah, you want to be in here. Sorry, I just, like, forgot everything and anything. I'll place some polished blackstone bricks at the ceiling here. I'll just place water coming down from the ceiling at the top here, and you'll still have these corners that are being a little bit weird, but you can't do much about that. I'll place coral fans of whatever kind off of the, like, gray concrete itself, but only the gray concrete. That might be too many fire in the same spot. And yeah, just again, as many or as few as you want. And then I'm going to place kelp on each corner that goes all the way up. You don't have to go all the way up, but I'm going to go all the way up because I think it's better. Before we free ourselves from this, I would also recommend placing some seagrass just at the bottom, the other sands. If you have coral fans, you can leave some of them, but I'd have, like, at least 2 seagrass. And then you need to get out of here somehow, which I think I can just break through. Okay, yeah, of course I broke through a slab, though, so I gotta get rid of that. But you can clear your inventory anyway, so it actually doesn't matter. Nice. From this point, you can get out the following. Hold on, let me just do this. Boink. You can get out polished deep slate stairs, polished deep slate slabs, lanterns, cyan terracotta, end rods, dark oak trap doors, stone brick stairs, lecterns, and there was something else. No, oh yeah, paintings. That's what it was. We're going to do a full swoop of most of the build here, and why is that lantern off? Whatever. And we're going to get as many details as we can with what we have, which is going to be a lot of the detail, actually. You would be surprised. There's only a few minor things, one of which being the gift shop, and the other of which being the, like, shark area. But we'll deal with that later. So from this center thingy here, you want to take the center glass and count forward by 3 to this like gray, and I'll place a placeholder lantern here. Sure, why not? You leave a gap of 2 going left and right of it, and on the 3rd block, you'll place an upside-down polished deep slate stair facing out on both sides. I'll extend them forward by 2. I can remove the lantern now. And then I'll go out from each stair with 3 upside-down polished deep slate slabs, and then a polished deep slate, or upside-down polished deep slate stair facing into the previous row. These could be tables for whatever. They might just, you know, have funny little advertisements or cookies or whatever. And I'll place a lantern on either table, maybe just in the center of each, because why not? I have one off for some reason, but the left one is to the right a block. I don't think it's supposed to be, but it is. So. Next step is also symmetrical. You want to take this doorway at the back here, just behind the thing that we made. I love seeing the kelp shadows. The kelp shadows are so cool. But you want to leave, or you want to count to the 4th gray out on either side. You'll count off the wall by 1 in place going forward from here. 3 cyan terracotta, and it'll descending on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, the 4th gray, 3 cyan forward. I'll extend the front one out by 8. And then I'll just go back by 2 again. On the very center cyan terracotta, I'll place a stone brick stair facing back. And then if you count out on either side of that by 2, you'll place a lectern, you know, in both directions, just like off the front of the cyan terracotta, like so. And these could be, a lot of these would be information, like you can actually put books in these, which are like giving, you know, little information about the animals. These would be like brochures probably and stuff. I'll extend each cyan terracotta corner up with 2 end rods, which should just, you know, the gray part should hopefully be away from each other, the thicker parts. I'll place a cyan terracotta on each end rod, and then you're pretty much copying the cyan terracotta shape from below. Just this time you're actually connecting into the wall on these sides. Yeah, it looks like a balloon. Well, on the other one it did. This one it doesn't. That is everything in the main lobby, but the painting's done. And obviously the gift shop, but the gift shop doesn't actually count. On the left side here, you want to take these blue wool walls, and you're going to place paintings on each one. On this one, you'll have, just like take the second blue wool up, and you'll place a painting. This one, second blue wool up, you'll be out of the center to the leftmost one, painting. And here, you would do the same. You can have it here if you want, but it doesn't matter either way. Heading back a little bit here, you want to... Let's go right first, and off of this blue wool wall in the direct center, you'll try to place a painting. You want it to be a 3x4. You'll take, again, the second blue wool up, and you'll place a painting, and it should be that size. Off of each tank and, well, really off the corner of each tank, yeah, the, like, block of coal. And, oops, not over here, just into this particular area. You want to place off each end of the, or each side of that block of coal, you're going to place an end rod with a dark oak trapdoor below it. And you kind of just want to do this for all of them, and this will give you some nice lighting. Like so. There's a couple off the pale oak wood, but I'm not... Thanks, Mr. Dolphin. Off the pale oak wood, but I'm not particularly concerned about those just yet, because they don't actually matter. Okay, I didn't mean to place you off the wall, but that honestly works. The only other thing is the pale oak wood here where the axolotl is you'll end up having the same thing off of these two pale oak wood corners, along with actually the front right one, which is going to be this one right here that kind of sticks out of the wall. Really just, I guess the other thing is make sure you're lighting up all the fronts of the tanks, and also just kind of if you have like a corner or something that's dark, you can just throw a light in it. Off the back side of the axolotl tank, you'll have a 4x4 painting, which should be centered. You can see kind of where I'm highlighting it's this particular block. There's 4 blue wool to my right, 3 to my left, 2 up and 1 down. Wow, 4, 3, 2, 1, that's crazy. On this right side here, I have on the center of this blue wool wall another 3x4. Is there paintings on the side? There are, yes. There's a 4x4 on either side of the axolotl tank. So, you can kind of figure out the placement of that. Like, if you go here, and you're like, oh, that's not centered, you just have to go right a block. Off of the front of each tank, you want to place a lectern or 2. It just depends on if you have a 1 or a 2 block center. Just kind of find the center of the glass and say, okay, yeah, that's a lectern there. And you can see I have 4 on either side, so I'm good. If I place one here, I have 2 and 3, so I'll place another one there to make it 2 and 2. Would be same there. Would be same there. Would also be same here. And then the turtle one is like there or something? I know it's a 2 block center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's the 10th glass on each side. I hear the dolphins getting heard. Like, what are you doing? Okay, whatever. See, this is why we give them regen and not name tags. Because they're dumb. The front wall here doesn't have anything, I don't think. No, it does not. For this next little portion here on the left, same thing applies where you're placing the end rod just off the block of coal, off the ceiling near the block of coal. I don't have one on the front where that pale oak wood pillar is. I don't know why, but I don't, so... And then the opposite side of the hallway would just stay entirely unoccupied of lighting, at least. There is something going on, but we'll get to that in a sec. And as well, the lecterns, you do want to just get out of the way. It should be 1 per tank, I think. Yeah. You can literally just put a book in each one saying the animal's name. Like, if you wanted to do that, you could. Rather than giving, like, you can even look up fun facts. If you really want to go all in on this build, like I absolutely would. And obviously, I'd be adding some more stuff in this hallway as we go. On this flat blue wool wall, we're going to be at eye level. And from this first blue wool, I'll count back 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll place a 4x4 painting. I'll then make sure that I count back, is it another 5, I think? 5 would be there. Just until you have a 1 block gap when you place the 4x4. Try to make them different. I'll then count back 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll have a 3x4 painting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back, 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back, 4x4 again. And again, try to have them all different if you can. Can I not have that one? Thanks. This section here is the only thing we actually can't do, although there are there are a couple paintings here on this blue wool wall. There are just a couple of 4x2s. So I'm literally just going to place a redstone brick stairs at the top there and I guess at the bottom as well. And they want to end up being 1 block apart from each other and 1 block off either end. I'm not good with the placements of some of the paintings, so nor do I want to explain all that right now because we're so far into this video already, but yeah, it should look like that kind of. There is no lighting in this particular section. Here, the lighting all comes from the, you know, like 40 windows, but this next hallway does actually have lighting. The only thing is in each corner, except for the corner against the cyan wall. Here you'll have the, you know, an end rod with a dark oak trapdoor there. And on the other side, it's just really each side of the pale oak wood you'll have the end rods. And then obviously 1 off the block of coal again, as I mentioned before. What? Huh? Okay, whatever. There is no lectern down here because the... Can you shush, please? I'm trying to explain stuff. Like, what is your... Oh, they're all taking damage. Are they drowning? They're stuck. Okay, well, whatever. Because this isn't actually the main dolphin viewpoint. The main one is upstairs. Although I think the turtle has one upstairs for some reason. But we'll head all the way around, and we will head upstairs. Head back into the lobby, and if you head all the way right, you can come up the stairs here. And I'm pretty sure it's like the exact same deal here with the lecterns and everything. Did the turtle have lecterns on both sides? I think, if I'm recalling, that they do. Yeah, both these sides of the turtles have the lecterns, and the end rods are the same thing here. It's off the ends of the block of coal and the corners of the area itself. Except for, again, like, this corner, there's only one on the right. And then on the block of coal, it's on both sides. And then on the other pale oak wood corners, the other three, it's on both sides. I don't know why that front one is particularly different, but... And again, you can kind of just try to center those lecterns. I'm not actually going to particularly confirm that they're centered. That looks centered, though, yeah. But, you know, just kind of as long as they look centered, I won't notice, because, well, you know, I'm not around enough in this world, but... If I am in this world, I'm not looking at old builds, that's for sure. Yeah, okay, so I think the dolphins have to jump to get air, and they just never want to jump for some reason. But, dolphins also have the lecterns up here. I'll make sure this one's centered. That is 9 and 10. Is it a 1? It's a 1 block center, darn. Oh, yeah, right, because I knew that. You're 1 block larger than you. I should have remembered that. But yeah, that is all of that stuff. There are no paintings up here or anything. Again, I would add more stuff if you want, like some tables or whatever, but that one's kind of up to you. Heading back down, we can do the, There's 2 more sections left. There's this section, then there's like the shark theater section, or gift shop and shark theater, I should say. Get out the following for the gift shop. You want acacia planks, it shouldn't take long. Acacia stairs. Cauldrons. Tripwire hooks, whoopsies. Composters. Oak trap doors. Cyan terracotta. Stone brick stairs, and nether brick fence, and that'll actually finish this perfectly. So if you're looking at the gift shop like I am, you want to take the shelving on the left, this first shelf, and actually we're going to take the gray concrete here. And leave a gap of 4 extending right, and then place 2 acacia planks extending over. Extend each one all the way up until it goes through the quartz slab, so you're breaking these slabs forward. And extend each acacia plank row, you know, towards the end of the gift shop, which is that way, with 5 acacia stairs that face out on either side. And then an acacia plank on the end. And this will get brought all the way up to the top. I'll just place acacia planks at the top because it doesn't matter. But, yeah, you kind of want the shelving to look like this on both sides. Pretty much the same thing we did with the ones in the walls, just that they aren't in the walls and they have planks around the edges. Off of either side of the, like, pillars here, you'll place cauldrons, which are just like little baskets where there could be plushies or whatever. From the cauldrons here closest to the, you know, or I guess furthest in, you'll leave a gap of 2 and place 2 acacia planks extending up from either. Still continuing from those, you'll leave another gap of 2 and place 2 more acacia planks extending up there. And I'll place tripwire hooks off each side of these little pillars of acacia planks. And, you know, these could have sunglasses or whatever else. Sunglasses is just what I immediately think of whenever I see something like this. So, yeah. You want to take this back left acacia and count back by 3 and left by 1. And going back, you'll place 3 nether brick fence. Then extend right by 6. Count forward 2 and going left, you'll place 5. From the gray at the back here, you want to extend left with 8 cyan terracotta. And then back by 1. I'll leave 2 blocks off the left and 1 block off the right, and I'll place a couple of stone brick stairs facing kind of towards the back wall there. Against this back left pale oak wood pillar, I'll place a composter with an oak trap door on top, along with one in the very opposite corner off of this pillar at the entrance. I think those are the only trash cans in the build, but there might be one... There might be one near the shark section, yeah. which we have to do now. Yeah, there is one there, but we're not going to place it yet because we'll clear inventory. But before we do anything else with that, get out gray wool, and we can head all the way over there, actually, anyway. And before I forget, you want to head inside of the shark here, and the floor that is light gray concrete you're going to replace with gray wool. I'm going to slash fill this because I can, and it's easier that way. Although I am going to get trapped here, so a bit of a sacrifice, but that's okay. But yeah, and you should maybe take your time doing that, and unpause the video once you're there. We don't actually want to do that yet. Once you're finished, just come back out, and there's one thing in this little lobby here, and then we'll actually finish up with the shark. So you want to get out the following: spruce planks, spruce stairs, spruce slabs, oak stairs, and soul torches. I would consider using the copper torches once those are out, because I kind of think the green lighting would be cooler here, but it's up to you. If you look at the left side here with the 4 windows, you want to be, where are we going to say? Here, we're going to be in line with the far right, this pillar of gray. And I'm going to count out to the, what is it, the 3rd light gray out? Yes. I'll then count left by 3. And on this particular block, I want to place an upside down spruce stair facing back. So I'm going to count forward by 1, I'll place a plank, and then off the back of that plank, an upside down stair facing back. I then want to extend that stair over by 6, which is to the left. I'll place an upside down spruce slab on either end. Extend those slabs towards you or towards the front, whatever, with upside down spruce stairs facing away from each other. Upside down spruce slab on the end of that, and then connect those slabs together with more upside down spruce stairs. I'll fill in the center row with planks, since this part is actually gettable and sightable of, because that's definitely grammatically correct. You're going to take each spruce slab corner and extend it up with a spruce plank. Extend those spruce planks out in each direction with upside down spruce slabs, which are going to be outwards from the, middle of the shape. You don't want to go over the center. You will yet again connect those together with upside down spruce stairs on each of these sides. And then you'll extend each slab up with 2 planks, which will give you this. I'll fill in the rows of 3, like these short sides, with planks in the middle, and I'll also bring the long sides, the planks, in a row. Leave a gap of 1, and then place another row of planks. And then I'll just connect the top rows together. On the open side here, this long side, I'm going to break the stair below this center window, and below that, I'll place just an oak stair here. I'll then also get out oak slabs, because I forgot we needed them, and I'll fill in the ceiling with oak slabs in line with the top row of spruce. If I head inside, I can place soul torches basically between and kind of on the edges. I guess I'll just go between the windows on this side, and then I'll go on either side of the door on this side, so at kind of the eye level, or at eye level like so. Only thing I might consider doing on the inside is taking these particular planks you can see and replacing them with just slabs. It gives you the same effect from the outside, but just gives you a little bit more space on the inside and makes it feel a little bit less, or just a little bit better. It feels less blocky. You can then leave and head to the left of the ship, which is going to be this particular part right here. And if you take the center top spruce plank, which is what I'm highlighting, you'll actually count down by 1 and place an upside down spruce slab. Extend up with a plank, left with an upside down slab, and then up with a slab, which will give you this, and that's your little shipwreck. For the shark, before we clear inventory, you can actually head inside, and just like on the red nether brick wall, you want to leave the center 3 open if you can count that, and place at the 3rd block up on either side soul torches. They should be 2 away from the outer edges before those doorways start. I'll then just quickly get out composters, oak trap doors, and lecterns before we move on to this next section. Below these soul torches on the floor, you'll place a lectern on either side. Extend out by 1. In the center, compost with an oak trapdoor on top. I'll then clear my inventory again and get out the following. Red nether bricks. Spruce stairs. Mud brick stairs. Polished deep slate slabs. Polished deep slate blocks. Dark oak trapdoors. Pale oak trapdoors. And we'll go end rods. We still need a little bit more, but we don't have the materials or the inventory space to even start, so might as well not. First thing we do before we even start with the seating area. At the top of the shark here, just along the center, you're going to place a kind of row of end rods that'll just go all the way through. It'll connect basically to each strip mangrove pillar and then just keep going through. And you'll kind of end up having this, essentially. I'll place pale oak trapdoors open against the sides of it, which will just make it look a little bit more fancy. And maybe more like a spine, but... Was that my intention? I don't really know. Maybe, maybe not. It's been a minute. Oh yeah, bedrock lighting is one of the greatest things ever, so you're gonna probably end up with, like, just random lighting issues here, so just... You know, it's because... this block, like, if I place a block there... You'll see, it removed the middle part. Like, if I break it again, you'll see that it ends up... Okay, no, it doesn't look different. I guess I'm just delusional. But I think it is those blocks. Yeah, you can see how the kind of center goes away. So, like, if I were to place a full row here, that delighting is gone. But you can't do that, obviously, because that screws with the outside. So, I don't know how it works that way. But I think it's because, basically, especially with vibrant visuals, the lighting will come through the corners of blocks. And it's just like doing that, but it's shining on the trapdoor only. It's really annoying. Anyway, enough rambling. You want to take the red nether brick here on the base on both sides, and you're going to extend it out by 8. Nice. I will... basically bring the end nether bricks towards each other by 3, and it should place, or you should place a polished deep slate block in the center. I'll place a slab extending out from that, and I'll also kind of just bring this up diagonally back with slabs, or with blocks and slabs, whatever, just kind of keeping that half block incline going until you end with a slab at the back there. You should end up with this pretty much. Basically, it's from the original block, it's back with a block, up with a slab, back with 2 blocks, up with a slab, back with 2 blocks, up with a slab, etc. I'll place another row of nether brick behind this, like, first one, or this outer one. And then I'll bring the next 2 red nether bricks up by 1 and connect them into the polished deep slate. They should connect to the polished deep slate block perfectly, or basically just connecting to the polished deep slate blocks, actually. Just like half a block below the slab. And you'll really just do that with all the blocks. You'll take the rows of 2 and extend them out with 4 red nether bricks each, and then you'll want to end up bringing them down on the ends here and just filling all this in. On each of the rows, you'll go directly outside of the polished deep slate slab on both sides and place upside down mud brick stairs facing forward or towards you. They'll end up being off the, or like on top of the gray wool as well. You'll just go out from them with alternating spruce stairs and upside down mud brick stairs until the end of the rows, which is literally just a spruce stair, upside down mud brick stair, and a spruce stair on each of the rows. Make sure you make the mud brick stairs upside down. This gives you nice, you know, dividers where you could put a drink or something. I don't know. Not that they sell drinks here, but I don't know. Off these sides of the spruce stairs, you want to place dark oak trap doors open up against said stairs. Can you, like, not? You're going to extend each dark oak trap door, except for this bottom one, out by, or forward by another block, which will kind of just seal off the rest of the railing. Forward being that section, by the way, that side. I kind of want to try giving the dolphins resistance. I don't know how much that'll help, though. Because the resistance 255 would do the same, technically. You should have this. Get rid of any two things that aren't your spruce stairs, or just one thing, I guess, and get out black concrete and smooth basalt. And at this flat wall here, the only wall we haven't touched, you want to leave a gap of 1 from either side and place spruce stairs in the center. Extend these side spruce stairs up with 5 smooth basalt. And then place an upside down spruce stair on top of that will connect together. You'll then fill in the center here between them with black concrete. And that is the aquarium done. Now, if you're having the issue that I'm having where the dolphins will not shut up in the background, I'm going to try giving them resistance before I end. And I'm curious if it will actually do any different. Let me see here. So I'm just going to go back to the other command. And then just replace regeneration with resistance. Painting cannot have effects. And you're still having an issue, right? It did give it to all of them. Yeah. I'm gonna just, like, throw a snowball at you real quick. Is there no... No, there's water there. No, because you guys... Just throw a snowball at you a couple times. They're brokey. I don't... Please, fix this. I'm begging you, Minecraft. Fix this. These dolphins should be able to path to the, you know, open air above them. They have no problem doing that in the actual ocean, so why are they having a problem here? I don't get it. Anyway, once we're done that, ladies and gentlemen, despite the dying dolphins, that is your aquarium entirely completely. Refresh there is one. I don't know what the next refresh is, so let's check, shall we? Because I am about ready to pack my bags and move on to that one. What is it? Let's find it. Subway. That's, I think that's a smaller one. I don't think there's anything crazy going on. Oh, yeah, no, I can remember it now. I mean, it's not small, but it's average for, you know, the restaurant. So the fast food refresh. Is Subway fast food? No, it is. Anyway. I don't think I've ever had Subway in my life. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. That should be a fun one. And then obviously, you know, other stuff still being worked on. I have so many refresh done, it's crazy. So yeah, you all are in for some epic builds, hopefully. With that being said, though, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, right, I forgot about that part. I literally opened it mid-video, too, and I already forgot. Peace.